Boy, those were some intense 20 minutes. Yes, you've heard that right. For most of its runtime of an hour, the 5th episode of House of the Dragon focused on the pretty typical Westerosi drama. But when the House Velaryon made their grand entrance for Rhaenyra and Laenor's pre-wedding feast, everyone instantly knew that things were about to go down. Here's the recap of the episode, as well as the Easter eggs you might have missed. First off, we're finally introduced to Lady Rhea Royce. The episode opens with a visit to Runestone, the seat of House Royce, where Daemon's wife, Lady Rhea, is residing. The castle is situated in the Vale, which is ruled by House Arryn. You'll probably remember them from Game of Thrones, with Lysa Arryn and her son Robin, who get manipulated by Littlefinger. Here, we can get a clear picture of Daemon's cruelty and desire to flee his assigned lot, as he kills Rhea within the first few minutes of the episode and makes it look like a hunting mishap. If we reference the books here, Martin has described her death as a tragic mishap in fire and blood. The text says that she fell from her horse and crashed her head on a stone, but she was on deathbed for 9 days before succumbing to death. This is just another example of how the writers of House of the Dragon are changing the account of the events in the book. Well, it's true that some of the book readers had already suspected foul play in her death. The show makes it clear that she was killed to serve Prince Daemon's own interests. Coming up, we have a new Littlefinger in town. We're talking about Larys Strong here. You may have noticed his conversation with Alicent Hightower in the Godswood, right in front of the Weirwood tree, where he provokes her against Rhaenyra. The existence of this tree has continued to intrigue the book readers, as Martin makes it clear with his writing that all the Weirwoods were wiped out in the southern regions of Westeros. If we relate this to Game of Thrones, which takes place 200 years after the current events, you may remember the Weirwood tree in Winterfell, where Sansa used to go to pray in private. So its significance increases even more now, because not only is the tree fully grown, it's also been featured in a lot of scenes, including this one. House Strong controls Harrenhal, the massive, intimidating castle which was destroyed by dragonfire before the birth of Larys. What's more interesting is that Harrenhal is located near to the Isle of Faces. It's an ancient, magical place which once housed many weirwoods. Now, a YouTuber, Joe Magician, has pointed out in his recent video that Larys might actually be a greenseer, a powerful spy master who uses his abilities to observe people through weirwood plants and animals. Bran Stark had the same powers in Game of Thrones, and we may now get to see more of these magical powers via Larys. Up next, it might have been Larys who sent Rhaenyra the moon tea. At the end of the 4th episode, we were as surprised as Rhaenyra when the Grand Maester brought her moon tea in the middle of the tea. This drink is used to prevent conception or for abortion. Although the Grand Maester mentioned that it was King Viserys who had asked him to prepare this for Rhaenyra, we never really saw him giving such orders. So, was it really him? Book readers have long been familiar with the fact that the deliverance of moon tea to a highborn lady's room has been used as a weapon to spread rumors in Westeros. The presence of this drink indicates that the woman is having forbidden relations outside of her marriage. Therefore, she must take precautions to make sure that she won't get pregnant. So when Larys told Alicent about moon tea being sent to Rhaenyra's chamber, it felt like a huge clue that he might have been the one who sent it. It's true that maybe King Viserys took precaution in case he suspected that Rhaenyra was lying, which she was. It would also make sense that Larys was the one to order the moon tea, so that he could use this opportunity to turn Alicent against her friend. Once more, a major character from the books finally makes appearance. Martin's book Fire and Blood is the fictional historical account of House Targaryen's incredible rule over Westeros, which met with a tragic end. The events that have been documented in the book come from a variety of sources. One of such sources is a little man known as Mush mushroom, who used to serve as a court fool. Despite the fact that he's been frequently mentioned in the book, we never really saw him in the television series. He's finally made an appearance in the 5th episode, even though for a few seconds. Actor Paddy Considine, who plays King Viserys, has now revealed that he was the one who forced the showrunners to include this detail in the series. He said that he was intrigued by the character ever since he read the books and fought hard with Ryan Condal, who's the writer and co-showrunner, to bring him to life. He even joked about it, saying that don't give the credits to the writers, as it was actually his idea. Thank you, Paddy. Moving on, Rhaenys rides her dragon, Meleys, for the first time. One thing that had the fans excited from the very start was the fact that the show will feature a large number of dragons. So far, we had seen 3 dragons in the previous episodes, and now you can add one more to the list. First, there was Rhaenyra with Syrax, and then Daemon with Caraxes. We also saw Laenor Velaryon riding Sea Smoke in the 3rd episode to rescue the army against the Triarchy. And in this episode, we finally got a glimpse of Princess Rhaenys, who's Laenor's mother, riding her own dragon, Meleys. Following up, Alicent makes a dramatic entry. When Alicent arrives late to the wedding, and that too in the middle of the king's speech, she can be seen wearing a green gown instead of a Targaryen-themed gold, red, or black dress. This means that she's now firmly established her loyalty to her house Hightower, as well as to show her opposition to deceitful behavior on the part of Targaryens. When you think about it, it's actually a tragic string of miscommunications, misunderstandings, and misinterpretation of motives that led to the fallout between Rhaenyra and Alicent. Alicent has long been isolated and traumatized by the overwhelming responsibilities she has for the realm and her family after she was forced into marriage with Viserys by her cunning father. She's scared and lonely, which has made her jealous of Rhaenyra's freedom to do whatever she wants. Besides this, she also follows the faith of the Seven, which regards incest and extramarital affairs as sin. No wonder she was hell-bent on knowing about what happened between Rhaenyra and Daemon. We'd also mention here that the faith makes an exception for the House Targaryen, as they believe in intermarrying to preserve the Velaryon dragon-riding bloodlines. Patriarchy and women's agency are the major themes in the show so far, and Alicent is a prime example of the internalized misogyny that some women have towards those who work against the oppressive system. Well, she's stuck with duties that she was forced into at a very young age, which makes her even more resentful of Rhaenyra's liberation, and this resentment will continue to increase as the story progresses. Let's talk about Ser Harwin. Ser Harwin has popped up on our screen from time to time during the previous episodes to divert the attention from the main plot. First, we saw him checking out a blood-soaked Rhaenyra at the royal hunt. Then, he spared Rhaenyra after he learned that she was out with Daemon in King's Landing. And in this episode, he's come to her rescue in a major way. When the fight between Criston and Joffrey starts, the guests start shoving into each other, and the princess is thrown to the ground. With a moment, Harwin beats up some folks and cuts through the crowd to bring her to safety. Everyone was disappointed with Ser Criston this week, but Ser Harwin has quickly won people's hearts. Last but not least, is Viserys dead? Let's end the video where the episode ends. After Rhaenyra and Laenor have said their vows, Viserys collapses to the ground. Here's the thing, nothing like this happens at Rhaenyra's wedding in the books. Yes, his health is declining in the books at this point, but he doesn't collapse at the wedding. If the show is going by the books, one of his many sources of pain right now is gout, which isn't life-threatening. It's actually triggered by eating shellfish, and we've seen in the episode that he was munching on a lobster during the dance. In that case, he's definitely going to survive this unless the writers shock us at the last minute. Besides this, we're suspecting that the final scene of the rat happily eating Joffrey's blood is going to allude to another scene in the the show. Maybe we're getting another iconic yet brutal massacre like Red Wedding. That's a wrap for the video. Which was your favorite moment from episode 5 of House of the Dragon? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing and exciting videos like this. See you in the next one.